The Chicago Bulls play the Houston Rockets later on tonight. And this should be an easy victory, shouldn't it? Nah, I'll tell y'all why right after this.
Cognac, gang, gang.
Shot Bulls podcast with the Cognac Boys. I am Cognac Boy C-Dub, and I'm holding it down on another episode of Shot Bulls podcast for me and my co-host, Cognac Boy Bobby. Now, y'all, let's get into it. The Chicago Bulls play the Houston Rockets later on tonight at the Toyota Center. The Chicago Bulls slide into Houston after a blowout win to the Denver Nuggets 117-96. The Houston Rockets are coming off a shootout versus the Indiana Pacers 134-125, in which, of course, they lost. Let's cut the bullshit. This Houston team is bad. They're tied for worst record in the NBA with the Detroit Pistons. They are literally the washer and dryer of the Western Conference. That means they stay in the basement. Or that can mean they're winning the tank race, or you can stop the cap and say they are just a horrid basketball team. But there's a problem. The Houston Rockets have all the confidence in the world they can beat the Chicago Bulls, and why shouldn't they? They smoked the Bulls 133-118 on December 26. Let's talk about the Chicago Bulls. Last game, I want to start off with DeMar DeRozan. Last game, he had 17 points, 6 rebounds, and 8 assists. He did not have a good shooting night whatsoever against the Denver Nuggets, but I love the way he approached the game against the Nuggets. He was a facilitator first. 8 assists is probably his high of the season. We need him to take a back seat to Zach Levine. This way that he plays like this, when he's looking more to pick his spots, score in his spots. But when it comes down to it, keep that ball movement, bro. You slow down the offense when you go score hunting on the floor. So, Zach Levine had 29 points last game, and he has been on a tear for the last, let's say, last 2-3 months. Zach Levine is taking his spot on his team as the alpha, and he is gaining confidence by every approaching game. We need DeMar DeRozan to continue to allow Zach Levine to be that guy and let the offense run through him, and we will be okay. Patrick Williams surprised me as well last game. And you know what surprised me the most was his action off the ball. He was cutting in such a fantastic way, bro. They got him easy points on the court instead of trying to score on the fly or score off the dribble all the time. He was getting easy points in that game against the Denver Nuggets. Cutting through the middle, getting passes from Kobe White, getting passes from Alex Caruso, Zach Levine, doing his usual spot up 3-pointers, pull up mid-ranges. Patrick Williams, I enjoyed watching you play that game against the Denver Nuggets. Now let's get as a team as a whole. Man, this team is bad. This Houston Rockets team is really bad. Now you could say it's because of Victor Wembanyama, or you can just say that they just suck. They do have a whole bunch of talent. I think when they see the Bulls come into the arena, they like, oh, we possibly get us a win right here. So they're going to be thirsty to play. Now it's going to be incumbent on the Chicago Bulls to come out and put your foot on this young, struggling, trash Houston Rockets team. Put your foot on their neck, man. Don't let them breathe, bro. Show them that you are the most dominant team in this competition. They should not be in this game by the fourth quarter. If they are, we know the Bulls already failed in that accord. If it's tight, the Bulls might lose the game. The Chicago Bulls cannot afford to lose any games, especially games like this against the Houston Rockets. We've been hearing all the talk that you guys been saying. We can't afford to take another loss. Every game is a game 7, you guys are saying. So this is a game 7 that you guys better win, because this is the Houston Rockets. And the Houston Rockets are the worst team in the NBA by far. Well, they tied with Detroit Pistons for being the worst team in the NBA. I like what Billy Donovan has been doing. Billy Donovan it's going to be incumbent on you to continue to put your people in best positions. I like what you did with Patrick Williams. Looked like you coached him up to be more active without the ball. He's cutting on the baseline. He's cutting through the middle of the lane. I'm going to contribute that to you. I'm going to give you credit for that. So, Billy Donovan, you cannot lose this game for the Chicago Bulls. And when I look at those games against the Orlando Magic and, the San Antonio Spurs, how can you get outcoached by teams that's in a tank race to get a Victor Wembanyama? So at this point, with every game being like a game 7, you cannot get outcoached this game. It can be no bullshit on the court today. Let's get straight to business. Let's build us a lead, 20-point lead in the first half or something like that. And let's just take the confidence away from this team, because they got all the cocky confidence in the world against this Chicago Bulls team. I know the feeling in Bulls Nation. Yeah, they frustrated with this team. Even after we got the win against the best team in the West, there was still naysayers. There was still like, they rolled their eyes at the win. So you still got to prove yourself. We're not just going to jump back on the ship. You're going to have to prove that ship is safe to sail. With that being said, I expect the Chicago Bulls to come in with concentration and desperation and take care of business against this Houston Rockets team. And make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and we'll get back to y'all on the next one. Peace.
Cognac.